AITA for giving my husband exactly what he asked for? Me, 45, and hubby, 42, have been together for 23 years. During those years, we've been a strong couple, and I did everything in my power to create a home that we could grow old in together. I handled all of our finances, taxes, expenses, the kids, the pets, 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a snake. I gave affection and made myself available to him whenever he needed. Over the past number of years, my health has been in decline. I'll admit I haven't always handled it well. He complained that I needed to do more to take care of myself, and so I did. At the height of things, I was seeing 8 different doctors, taking 10 different medications several times a day, and working a full-time job. I just kept getting worse. I needed to sleep 12-hour days just to function, but I did it and adjusted everything so that no one would be impacted by my declining health. About 3 weeks ago, I was in bad shape. He told me to go to the emergency room. I said that I would Uber so that it wouldn't impact his schedule. However, on the day I was so afraid that I asked him to take me. Later, when it was time to go home, I felt overwhelmed by what happened, and I asked him to pick me up. I should have just Ubers, like I said, because he came to get me and he was so upset we ended up getting into a huge fight. He said I was inconsiderate of his needs and that I should move out. I told him I was not going to move out and that if he was unhappy, he should leave. He proceeded to tell me that I was incapable of taking care of the house and the family in my condition, and I should do the right thing and leave. I wasn't going to leave the family I built and the life I'd worked so hard to create, so time went by, 2 weeks. We talked, and he told me that he wanted to be single. He didn't want to be married to me anymore, and that the sorrow he was feeling was so deep that he didn't know how he was going to get better, but that he knew it was inevitable that our marriage would end. A couple of weeks before my birthday, I gathered the courage to offer him a 1-month no-contact split, and he giddily accepted it, only to come to tell me that I better not try to stop him from seeing his daughter. I broke down sobbing because this man whom I've loved for half my life is treating me like I'm this evil villain hell-bent on hurting him. In that moment, I yelled at him with tears in my eyes that I know the only person he never wants to see again is me, and I'll find a way to come to terms with it, but that for 30 days he isn't welcome in my home. I blocked him from my phone and stopped sharing my location. I told our daughter, 15, that I will support whatever she wants to do, and I will be there for her no matter what. She chose to stay but keeps the lines of communication open with her dad. I think that's healthy, and I'm so proud of her, but folks are telling me I was wrong to let him leave. AITA here? Update. It's only been 3 days, but still no communication. Last night my daughter said to me out of the blue while we were having family time, "I think he's going to come back home." I said, "Why do you think that?" She said, "Because he's lonely." I said, "How do you know that?" She said, "Because he's been texting me a lot." I mean a lot. Like, he's being kind of extra. I said, "How do you feel about that?" She said, "I don't know. I just think he's going through it and he'll come back." I dropped it because I didn't want to influence her one way or the other. Update. I'll keep this as short as possible. I invited him back home because he was struggling financially. He agreed to therapy but went to 1 session and said it wasn't for him and he wasn't going back. He withdrew all affection and intimacy, and when I confronted him about it, he said that it makes him uncomfortable and that he will not do any of those things anymore, anytime soon. I said, "So you're going to treat me like a roommate?" He said, "I can see why you'd see it that way." I was devastated, but I have a great friend group. My son, 20, knows about what's going on, but he's worried about me not being able to take care of myself if he leaves. I understand his concerns, so I've decided to embrace the roommate, work on building myself up so that my children aren't worried about me being alone, and go from there. It would seem that our journey is coming to an end, but I'm finding that it hurts less the more I focus on taking care of myself. I guess I am TA for allowing myself to become so weak that I could be so easily discarded. This will probably be my last update, but I want to thank you all for your thoughts and suggestions.